Sagittarian energy. To each and every one of you guys, I'd like to say, first of all, salutation to my madrina, to my padrino, to my oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Edges. Each one of you, I want you to understand, if this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Ely Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. The ATRs are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, vibration. What's up there, my Stormy, my Sagittarius from Detroit? What's up, Jeremy? How you doing? Teaching every one of you guys, I like to say thank you so much for your continued support. What's up there? Jelly Sweet, my Gemini. And then I got Mama Susan in the house, Gemini. And then I got Raina in the house, my 69 Gemini. And then I got my Boaz, my Pisces in the house. Then I got my Ryan. How you doing? My Cardinal Libra, my Cardinal Air. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you for being with us on tonight. I thank God for many of you guys being mature enough to my Libra and Virgo is here. Thank you so much. Virgo, how you doing? To each and every one of you guys, I want to say I appreciate your continued support. There go my Demetrius, my Gemini is in the house. I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. I want to say this before I start. I'm a Sagittarian, Moon in Aries, and rising sign Pisces. I've been trying to get some rest today because I've been going through it. I want to say nothing that I teach on this platform. You're a grown man and grown woman. It is not a mandate. I teach universal laws because they apply to each and every one of us. But you have the right to choose life or death, blessing or curse. I want this clear. I'm not here to change your mind. Grown people resonate with the truth. Grown people allow themselves to receive what they have need for. Remember this, everybody's in a different space and phase of life, and therefore they see very, very differently. What's up there? I think oh, there goes Savannah. That Virgo, she said she coming on here herself. What I want to talk about today is because I grew up in business. A lot of y'all may not have had the privilege. I grew up around successful businesses, businesses that were making money. At least some of them was being front for making money, but nonetheless, it was paying for itself. I like to keep it real with y'all. I keep it transparent. Well, thank you, Demetrius, for reminding us this is a monetized channel. And super chat, any questions, put in the super chat. Even though black people don't follow instruction. Always looking for something for them. As you are in this live, please, if you don't mind, hit the like button since you are viewing me. And if you're going to eat for free, the least you can do is like the video. I want to say I grew up with a lot of access to a lot of information, and a lot of people in my family had different and various businesses. And one of the things that my grandmother would say all the time, and I've heard her cuss out my uncles and aunties about this principle. And she used to always say this: don't mix business with pleasure. But I'm going to take a little farther in the ATRs. And I'm going to give you the concept of why you don't mix your business with your pleasure, especially in the ATR. Whether it's Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, Angie. And I want people to be honest before I get even in depth to this message. Only what men don't understand Women, when it comes down to sex, engaging in sexual activity, there's different rules for men versus women. If a woman tells a man no, every woman is going to say she told him no, and that's as far as she go. A man can tell a woman no, and other women will say, yeah, he said that, but she ain't wrong. He's a good man, or he got this going on. Women have different rules when it comes down to the ATRS. Women have different rules when it comes down to life. And what I want to say to many of you guys, especially men and women that are going to take this to the business level, or you are in business. I don't care if you do readings. I don't care if you do conjure, mysticism. Sir, we ain't talking about your daddy sucking my dick. We ain't interested. So, when it comes down to trying to help people understand, one of the things that she always say, once you mix business with pleasure, you're gonna bring in all type of emotion, especially with a woman. A man can detach his emotions and still have sex. A woman can't. I don't care if she's gay. I don't care if she's straight. I don't care if she's bi. She's an emotional creature. I don't care if she has masculine energy. I don't care if she has feminine energy. One of the things that I have been taught is when it comes down to your business, when you mix business with pleasure, it will make your business bad. I'm going to say this again. All of you that are in the ATRs and you have every intention of mixing pleasure with your business, you're going to find yourself in a lot of scandals. You're going to find yourself in situations and circumstances, especially if a child comes up through the process of you being somebody's elder, you being somebody's tata, you being somebody's padrino, you being, and I don't care about gay, this goes for gay sex, anal sex, any type of sex. You don't mix business with pleasure. You keep business, business. And what happens when people want to obfuscate giving money, they want to exchange sex or sexual favor for spiritual work. That is a no-no. And reason I want to come to here, because I don't want you to think I just came up with this mindset. I've seen in my own family, every time that one of them decided to mix their business with their pleasure, it never ended up well. When they started dating their clients, when they started dating their the people that were renting from them, when they started dating people that they were doing work for, I don't care if it's lawn work, I don't care if it's working with cement, you never mix business with pleasure. And what men don't understand about women, if she can get you to give her your labor in exchange for sex, that's what she's gonna do. That same thing is not true for you as a man. As long as she's getting something out of it. But the moment she is no longer getting what she wants to get out of it, she's going to turn and ruin your business. If you are sexing a man and you're a man and you mix business with pleasure, he's going to try to ruin your business because he's going to try to hit you where it hurts the most. I'm just trying to give many of you guys understanding it's not my way of thinking. It's not something that I just conjured up. It is a principle why you do not mix business with pleasure, especially in the ATR. One step further, when you have sex with a spiritual man, you're creating a soul tie, but a particular type of soul tie. Because if he's an Ifa, an Initiate, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, and let me explain something to you. She's not going to say what she did to get in the bed with you. What's up, Sovereign? She's not going to say that. Because she's always going to play the victim. If you're expecting a woman to tell on herself, you're sadly mistaken. I advise you never to start. Never mix your occupation. Never mix your business, your establishment with pleasure. Because it's not going to end well. I don't care how attractive you are to somebody. I don't care how easy they make how easy they may make you messing with them. Don't do it. I have a lot of my issues come from me turning down spiritual women in this ATR. I know that many of you guys don't understand how hard it is to try to build a business relationship with a woman, and then she tries to turn it into a sexual relationship. Doesn't mean she's trying to marry you. She wants to have sex with you because a lot of women need you, especially if you're a man that is seen in the public eye as status, if you as powerful, as something that they can be proud of in a sense. But what you don't understand about a woman, and especially a spiritual woman, she's going to try to get you to subdue and submit to her. And now she's going to be having you feeling like you're doing something to her when the actually she's trying to manipulate you because she wants certain levels of control. And I keep trying to tell y'all, you don't want to have sex with your spiritual leader. You don't want to have sex with your Tata, your Mambo, your Hugan, Bokor. You don't want to have sex with those people. You don't want to have sexual intercourse gaining a soul tie. Because what's going to happen, you're going to say he's attacking you. Before you endeavor, because of whatever your desire is, whatever your motive is, it is not a good idea, sir and ma'am. It is not ethical. It is not healthy. It is not it should not be something you practice. People are going to be attracted to people. That's normal, and that's a-okay. People having an admiration, all that's good. People desiring a man like you, or a woman like you, all that's good. But to endeavor to go after a man of God, a woman of God, or a spiritual person in the ATRs is not wise. You don't want to tangle yourself up with the spirits that walk with that man or that woman. It's not anything that is bad, it's just not ethical. I have God children that were babies, and now they are age. They can't be my woman. If you come in as my godson, my goddaughter, my spiritual son, my spiritual daughter, my spiritual brother, my spiritual sister, we not fucking. My spiritual mother or spiritual father, we not fucking. Just like I wouldn't fuck my mama, I wouldn't fuck my daddy. I wouldn't fuck my brother or my sister. I'm trying to cover all bases. This is the type of stuff that we ruin our name and reputation behind sex. And it comes because people don't have discipline. The moment you start getting some attention from women or attention from men, if a natural woman cannot handle being told no, how much a egotistical female that is in the ATR, because she thinks because she's crowned she deserves what she wants. I came to a conclusion. I used to warn people. I'm not warning you no more. I'm gonna fuck you up. You can call me the devil, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Don't come for me. Don't do love spells on me. Don't do drawing spells on me. Do not tamper with my spirit. I'm not interested. I fuck every day if I want to. I do not mix business with pleasure, and especially in the ATRs. I'm not here to ruin my name or my reputation. I can compliment a man or a woman and not cross that line. I can acknowledge your beauty. I can acknowledge your being handsome. I can acknowledge your physique. I can acknowledge your curves. Everything you got to offer. And not cross that line. Because that is a line. It's left up to me. This is why relationships don't work. I want melanated people to grow and be about their father's business, be about their mother's business. But if you about your business, then there's no reason to mix your pleasure with your business. I see this a lot. I have got into it with spiritualists on this platform because they tried to mix our business with pleasure. And once I realized that's what you're doing, I cut you off with no explanation. Because I've already seen my uncles, I've already seen my aunties, I've seen my great uncles. I've seen them do it. And it never ends up well. If you're in an elay and you like somebody, you're not a leader in that elay. If you want to date somebody in the coven, as long as it's not the leader. If you're attracted to somebody in the church and you're a member, that's fine. But to go after headship, go after leadership, to go after people that hold offices is not no wisdom. You never want to mix your business. I was talking to Mother Susan about this. And she's 70-year-old. She's like any typical woman. She's always talking from the perspective of the woman. You endanger that man. You endanger the people on that he's responsible for. When a woman starts to pursue a man that has responsibility, she jeopardizes everything that he's working for. What's her key maker? My birthday girl. I talk about this stuff. I've seen it over and over. When women do these things, you jeopardize his placement. If you admire him, that's fine. But if you as an individual that is not looking at if this man falls, if this man slips, look at all the people that his influence cannot reach. All I have is my integrity. All I have to on this platform, because people want to talk about me till Jesus comes. But all I really have is integrity, where people can say, he never messed with my wife, he never messed with my daughter, he never messed with, and people still don't believe that I'm doing that. But I have a resume, and I got that from my own family. I grew up with men in my family mixing business with pleasure. ATRs are dangerous because energy not only does not lie, energy cannot be destroyed. And the stronger a man is, and when a man decide to be with you, he's cutting off your growth. Let me explain why. When he messes with you, he can no longer guide you. The moment a man sleeps with you, he can no longer guide you. I don't care if he's in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, Adject. Because what's going to happen is your spiritual core is going to rearrange itself because of the intimacy. Thank you, Keymaker, for 20. Thank you. And his spiritual core is going to change. And now you're going to be in opposition. Spirituality, spiritual conjure, spiritual fetishes is so important, y'all. I'd rather you get mad with me than to ruin your life. I'm going to say this again. I'd rather a person, I have had people leave my church for that reason. I have had people not deal with me in the ATRs for that reason. I don't care. Because if I really care about you, I wouldn't cross that line. And women don't see it like that. You want to make it like he got to be gay, he got to be this, he got to have somebody else. No. It's simply a line that should not be crossed. And when a man means you some good, he will not cross that line. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how well you're shaped. I don't care how economically empowered you are. Let me tell y'all something. I've had people offer me, I'm talking about myself, offer me a date to go out to dinner. Let me tell y'all something. I'm a very dominant man. Let me get this real clear. Men that let women pay for them are a different type of men. I would never let a woman buy dinner for me. I can buy dinner for her. I had one young lady, she was interested in me, and I told her, she said she wanted to go to the restaurant. I bought her a gift card. I wasn't going. I wasn't going because I wasn't attracted to her. But I bought her a gift card so she can go to the restaurant. I don't like being hunted. It's a turnoff. And let me say something. I have never played hard to get. I ain't never been a man that was hard to get. I was a man that's principled, but I'm not hard to get. But I don't do certain things because I understand the penalty. Because if you don't pay now, you're going to pay later. When somebody wants you to really grow and to develop, they're gonna stay on their lane. I know that a lot of y'all don't like to hear this, and you're gonna do it regardless. But I personally am a very dominant person, and I don't like to be pursued. I don't like. I'm not to be hunted. I do the goddamn hunting. Um, I get turned on by the pursuit and going through the bushes and chasing your ass and going over cliffs and running through the water and the canals and all that just to get some ass. I don't mind going through that changes. I really don't, because that's a man pursuing you. But I don't like to be pursued. It's a turnoff to me. Even though we shouldn't be doing it anyway. I want y'all to understand that when it comes down to spirituality and conjuring, and I hope that somebody is smart enough to realize this is not pointed at any particular person. I've been going through this forever and a day. When I was married, I was going through it. But I did not expect, I don't know why, but I did not expect to go through this in the ATRS. I really didn't. I'm not gonna pretend that I was looking for that. It caught me off guard because I was trying to build relationship, because I was trying to learn these other traditions that I was not a part of. And I really appreciated the people that were sharing information, and that's as far as I took it. I did not even know the reason why you were showing me this and showing me that and giving me this, because you were trying to draw me. And that, I'm not that kind of guy. And I don't care. Let me tell y'all something. I don't want no pussy that belongs to another man. Whether if I have respect for him or don't have respect for him, I'm not interested, because I believe that I can attract what I need without tampering with other people's stuff. I believe that I can run a successful business. I can run. I don't have nobody in my church. My when I co-pastored, and then when I got my church in 2001. None of the husbands, none of the wives can say I tamper with those people relationship. Even when I see boyfriend and girlfriend going on in the church, I do not tamper. I don't want nothing that belongs to somebody else or spoken for. This is why I have been in a position. That's right. Keep it clean. Thank you, Kimo. Are you doing readings tonight? I'm gonna do your reading. My Libra. I owe you that reading. I want to get here. I have too much responsibility. I am fighting for people's life. I'm fighting for people's economics. We have so much going on when it comes down to what this administration is doing. I got to be on par. I have to be where I need to be. And I don't need distractions. And for when I had the conversation with Mother Susan, I was shocked that at 70 years old, she did not see how that was going to affect me. And how that is going to hinder me. I just want people to understand something. Women don't play by the same rules that men play. And I also want y'all to understand that you're a man and you decide to do that, it's gonna fall on you. I don't care if you're in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Algiers. I want you to understand this is real business. I take my spirituality seriously. I take what I do very seriously, and that's why I get the manifestations that I get. I try to share as in as classes as possible. I started with those had memberships and getting your egg on stick. I have so much stuff that I'm trying to accomplish and give my time to. Oh wow, yeah. It just when you work that and Keymaker is a business owner, so she's gonna be able to relate to this. When you work that hard for your business, the last thing you wanted to be to have some type of effect on it behind something like that. Because it is easy. I'm in the church. It's very easy for somebody to believe anything a woman say about me. I'm already on the defense. I can have receipts, I can have video, I can have audio, but because there's so many black pastors that have went down this road, it's very easy for people, very easy, and they don't have to mean anything malicious towards you, but they are easily inclined to believe that this happened. I am telling you, I'm 52 years of age. I am really striving to get melanated people, black American people, in a spiritual place. And I just don't have time for it. I got a ceremony coming up in September the 4th and the 5th. $7,000. I don't have time for it. And you're not gonna do it. And you may not support me. You may not donate towards what I'm doing, but I still come on this platform and share real knowledge, real wisdom. And I want to safeguard my brothers and sisters that are gonna be out here and may endeavor to do this on a professional level. And I'm admonishing you, not telling you what to do, but it's something that you really need to consider. And I've seen one pastor, he dated a girl not only just younger than him, but from the congregation, and he lost half of his church. You're gonna suffer loss behind those type of relationships. Whether you care or not, that's irrelevant. But your purpose is to be able to have influence with people. And none of us are perfect. I don't have to be perfect to have influence. But there's certain things I don't want to be said about Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. Certain things that I can control, I want to make sure I handle that. I am not picking on nobody. I'm telling you about me. And if you want to learn real magic, conjure, mysticism, join a class. Purchase a service. If you want me to come in your area, you got to go to my website. That's done to protect you and protect me. So no matter how many people gossip about why you are in my area or I'm in your area, we got receipts that I'm here there to do a service. And that's all I'm trying to say. Ryan. I'm like, I'm cleansing myself and going through to help another client, but I don't feel bad. I just I got my head stuff trying to wash my head, and I didn't want to push myself. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes concerning Ryan the Libra. Ryan the Libra. Ryan Ibasa. Ryan the Libra. Ryan the Libra. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes concerning Ryan the Libra? What is it that Ryan, the Libra, needs to pay attention to? Ebasa, Nidiosa. Libra is ruled by Venus. Shadow card comes up, eliminating negative thoughts. That's in shadow. So this is a head thing. Ayin Lamed Mem. It said, I am now stretching. Wait a minute. I'm tired. I am now switching off the destructive thoughts that emanate from my ego in the space that I have opened. This means that taking responsibility for what has happened in your mental cranium. It said, a gentle radiance of spiritual light appeared. This is also where Psalm 27 comes into effect. But understanding that the destructive thoughts about people, places, and things, and remember, the word cardinal means initiate. And so initiating a thought doesn't mean you're going to fulfill that thought. And what cardinal aspects, whether it's Aries, whether it's Libra and air, whether it's water and Cancer, or whether it is Earth and Capricorn, you have to really work hard to finish anything you start. It's going to be hard. That is your challenge. That is something that is a part of your process. But this card is talking about dealing with the mind. Then your middle card is revealing the concealed. It says Mem Yud Kaf. It said, I gather the ability to bring forth the powers of observation to see the truth. Right now, in your present, your ability to observe and to be aware of what's going on, and the courage to handle the truth that you receive. Now, this is a very mature card concerning Libra. And this means that whatever truth which is revealed, then you're going to have the capacity to handle the truth that you receive. This is what I tell people all the time. There's levels to the truth. And everybody can handle pure, unadulterated, unapologetic truth. They can have some truth, but the pure it gets, the harder it is to digest. So this card is talking about whatever is being revealed, you're going to be able to handle it. In other words, you ain't going to show your ass. This your outcome card is order from chaos. And this is the outcome card, so that means that this is something coming. It said, hey, Aleph, Aleph. It said, I know that harmony always underlines chaos, and with this name, balance and serenity are restored in 7 days of the week. So something is going to balance out for you, Libra. And it's going to talk about, I said, order emerges from chaos. So things are going to feel turbulent, but you're going to be okay. It said, not only will my toast not fall on the butter side, it will not fall at all. So this card talking about knowing that you're going to be dealing with some things are going to be shifting, rocking and reeling, but you won't suffer loss. And that's a good read. You need to stay focused, focus on what you're trying to do. And I like the fact that you invest out of your business. Getting that arche, that chi, that prana on your business is a very protective thing. But what business you have to have a great deal of confidence to run your own business. You have to have a strong mind. You have to have a strong emotional position, and you have to be willing to work. And what people don't understand, when you own something, you have to work harder. If you own a job, you work so many hours. But if that's your business, in order for your business to survive, you got to work harder. And that's something I want people to understand. Your business will not falter if you go ahead and endeavor. It talks about harmony and balance, and you're a Libra. Yo, the and let me say this: when it comes to the balance with a scale, it can be 20/80, it can be 30/70, it can be 40/60, it can be 50/50. Every aspect of your life has a different ratio. You can't say give you a blanket number over your whole life. Every aspect of your life, you got to find the balance in that thing, and that's what's going to help you. Because what's good for somebody else will not be good for you. Okay. I'm actually feeling better. I'm 52 years old. What I used to do, I used to run myself raggedy. I'm not doing that anymore because people will find somebody else to do their work while you. Thank you, my Stormy. It's really, really, really important that as many people as even if you don't work with me, find you somebody or find you a group of people that are like-minded, because you're gonna need some serious protection. The things that are coming down the pipeline, and the only reason I'm saying it and repeating this part is because I got to think about everybody. Some people new to my life, and I need them to hear what I'm saying. Get your tools. Get as much knowledge as you can. I was talking to a young lady, and this is why when I tell you, when you are up 4 in the morning, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and you're dealing with a issue when it comes to your health, or you're up because finances, whatever, you need a certain amount of facts to keep you sane. I don't believe in overhyping. I don't believe in selling people dreams. Um, I believe in the facts regarding their situation. And one of the things I tell people, don't take my word for it, verify and confirm. And especially when I give out products on my channel, research. I know that many of you guys trust me, and I really, really appreciate that. But there's times that you got to know for yourself. And the reason I teach classes because I am interested in people learning how to fish. I am interested in people really understanding what magic is. Whether you take this on as a profession or not, at least you know how energy flows. And if you get certain works done, you have a more rational and sober-minded thinking when it comes to the ATRs. A lot of people, whether they admit it or not, you are very entrenched in Hollywood magic. You're very entrenched with the craft. You're very entrenched with the charm ones, bewitched, this kind of stuff. That's not how magic works. That's not how energy manifests. I told you all my numbers are 3, 6, and 9. And being on top of your business is the best thing you can do for yourself. Being knowledgeable about the forecast for your business is a benefit to yourself. Being a person that makes sure that your business has the supplies it needs is your business. You have to reinvest in your business if you want your business to grow. And you have to treat people right. I'm just here to say, a lot of y'all, you're never going to have reoccurring customers or clientele because how you treat people. And the biggest thing, even when people waiting on their order, I'm always communicating. Whether somebody get impatient or not, I communicate. People have a right to know what's going on. especially when they are paid for services, especially when they are being gracious because of what you're going through. Which I've said, when you got membership, you move to the front of the line. But nobody come before me. I said that over and over again. If I ain't right, if I got something going on, I need to take time out for myself so I can do your work proficiently. And these are the things that have allowed me to have the standard and the status that I have when it comes down to these ATRs. But one of the things that has have me with longevity is I don't mix business with pleasure. Demetrius said you said that from the beginning. Sometimes you got to reiterate because people say, well, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. So I'm just, you can choose, but I say these things when it comes down to knowing that you want. It's like driving your car, knowing that your car keeps saying it's something wrong with it. Keep driving your car knowing that the gas light is on. That's not good. If you intend to have longevity, you're gonna have to take care of yourself as a spiritualist. And I'm trying to underbid, and I'm gonna say this because I'm speaking specifically to a daughter of Oshun. Let me say this. I don't owe you nothing. I've never said I was gonna marry somebody. I've never implied or suggested that I wanted to be in a relationship. And the mere fact that you are assaulting me, and I know that you think you bold, but you have no idea how bold I really am. And you may not respect the fact because you're not the only one. But it came up in my Etah about the daughter of Oshun and the son of Oshun throwing work at me. Nothing pisses me off more than people throwing at me and I do nothing. I'm a Sagittarius. I can give you a reason to throw at me. But when people take an approach to me and attack my spirituality or my destiny, all simply because because I don't play with people's feelings. I'm going to say this again. I do not play with people's feelings. Most real women will appreciate, number one, I don't kiss and tell, and I also don't put people's business out there. I talk about a lot of stuff on social media, but I don't put women's business out there, and you should appreciate that. You should appreciate the fact that I have a certain level of influence, and I got receipts to prove certain things, and I still don't do it. And most people attack me because they think I'm a pussy ass nigga like some of those guys that they with. I'm not fit to put your business out there. Whatever happened between me and you, that's between me and you. However, the cookie crumbles, that's between me and you. I'm not a black woman, and y'all get on my nerve, but I'm not gonna put you out like that. And I would hope that I'm not hindering your influence. I hope that you would see something in me that say, you know what, I'm not gonna hinder his influence. Because he could have said this, he could have did this, he could have did that. I don't like, I'm going to repeat myself, to be chased. And I'm not a piece of meat. I'm not a prize for somebody. Because you don't even like me like that. You don't even like me like that. Or just because a woman will fuck you, don't mean she like you like that. She want to see is you all you what you say you is. And I don't have time. If you call me in my 20s, you had a better shot. I'm 52. I don't have nothing to prove. I really don't. Respect men that do not lift your skirt up. I'm gonna say this again. I don't care if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, whether you crown, you initiated or not initiated, whether you're in the church, left the church, got church influence. Respect the fact when a man does not put you out there and air your dirty laundry. I was raised like that. I was raised that by my mother. She a Virgo. Because I can deal with you without putting your business out there. I can address you without putting your business out there. I don't use names. I don't care if it's your daddy. I use general statement. It's not because I don't have names. It has nothing to do with I don't have names. I'm not here for that. The black people that come to my site are coming for knowledge, wisdom, understanding, not another scandal for Apostle Eve. I want to tell you from my background where that come from. And my mother told me that a woman do not like her business in the street. And if you want to keep getting those trimmings that you're getting from her, do not kiss and tell. She said because the moment you tell her business, she's going to cut your ass off. And I have never experienced being cut off because I don't talk. I don't even tell it to God because he and she claim to know it all. So I ain't got to tell your business or my business to God. You should already know because you God. I have certain principles that I live by. I'm not going to lift the skirt of my mother or my father. I'm not going to lift the skirt of my baby mamas. And I can say some really ratchet stuff because I got a filthy mouth. And if you're a Sagittarius, you know that we can say a whole lot more than what we really say. But we don't go there unless we're going in for the kill. So I would hope that once you see this video, you understand that I'm not asking you to stop working on it because I'm strong enough to throw it out. What I am going to say to you is you're dealing with a very dangerous man. And I would throat choke a woman just like I would throat choke a man. I don't see women less powerful than me. I have a mother that's powerful. I have a grandmother that's powerful. So I've always seen the abilities and the strategies of a woman. So I know how dangerous she is. I know how ruthless she can be. Do you understand? So I will never underestimate you because you're a woman, because you got a pussy. Mr. John might underestimate you. See, I'll never forget, I was in my first wife's church, and this woman came in. She was running a revival, and she was retarded. It was obvious she was retarded. And I was sitting in the front row, and I said out of my mouth, I ain't say it loud, but I did say it. What's she gonna do? She walking around like she humpback of Notre Dame. When that woman got on that organ, the anointing fell in that place. Let me tell you something. You'll never judge a book by its cover, and that people say that for on the real. Everybody ain't out here faking phony. When that woman struck that key and started singing, I got ashamed. Cause that lady, that humpback of Notre Dame, brought the anointing in that place. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not one to judge a person because of their gender or because of their sexual habit. Because somebody got skills, they got skills. A lot of people and men, heterosexual men, get their ass whooped by gay men or bisexual men because you think because he fucking a man that he make him a less than a man. And when you get in that ring, I box your ass. So I'm just saying, stereotypes don't keep you from getting an ass whooping. That's why I don't try to change people with white supremacy. You believe all the white supremacy you want until you cross that line. And you're going to show me what you're working with. And that's all I'm here to say. Stop working and trying to make people change. People going to be people, and people are choosing to do what they're doing. It is time. Especially black American people, we don't have time. We don't have the luxury of playing games. And if it's not me, find you somebody that you can learn how this thing really go when it comes to magic, conjure, and mysticism. Because it's some shit that come down the pipe. And you're going to have as much. And let me tell you something. The time will come. It will be every man for himself and God for us all. You can keep playing and not get what you need. That's all I'm saying. Them your loved ones, not mine. And if you know what I know and you see what I see, you better get ready. These crackers is not playing with you niggas. And they don't care nothing about your religion. They don't care nothing about the laws. They don't care nothing about any of that. They don't care nothing. Laws are made for you. That's why I love to see white people have accidents. They have some of the most horrific accidents because that white privilege makes them feel like those signs don't mean nothing to them. And I love two white people that got white privilege because they run right into each other. I know I don't sound like a typical preacher, but I'm being honest. Get those egg on sticks down. It's sad that black people think you're gonna wait till something happens, and then you're gonna be asking me for my oil, and you're gonna think I'm wrong, cause you ain't getting none of my oil. You got time to get your spiritual tools, get your understanding, get your own personal clarity, and what you learn in the church ain't gonna be enough. I'm telling you straight. And what many of y'all learning from these people, root workers, it ain't enough. We're gonna have to either be celestial or extraterrestrial. You're gonna have to be either on the fifth dimension or extraterrestrial. If you ain't on that, you ain't gonna have enough. And put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right. Thank you. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And thank you for giving me some of your time.